Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Technology. In today's lecture, we will study the basic concept of lightning surge, shield wire, and the surge arrestor. As you know that when lightning occur, then there is a chance that it creates surge in the transmission line, and due to this surge, it will damage electrical components which are attached to this system. So we will study the basic concept of lightning surge, overhead ground wire or shield failure, surge arrestor, metal oxide arrestor, and gap type arrestor. So first of all, what is lightning? Lightning is basically an electrical discharge. It is the high current discharge of the electrostatic electricity accomplished between the clouds and earth or between clouds. The voltage gradients in the air between charge center in cloud or between cloud and earth is not uniform, but it is maximum where the charge concentrate is greatest. So when the voltage gradient within the cloud build up to order of 5 to 10 kilovolt per centimeter, the air in the region break down and an ionized path called leader or leader stroke start to form, moving from the cloud up to the earth. The initial speed of the trunk stroke is 10 raised power 9 10 raised power 8 meter per second. The current involved in the return stroke has a peak value of 1 to 200 kilo ampere, lasting for about 100 microseconds. So in this slide you will understand that then basically the voltage of the light is very high. It is almost 5 to 10 kilovolt per centimeter. And secondly, when the lightning strike, the current is also very high, and the current is normally 1 to 200 kiloampere. But the time period by which the lightning effect is almost 100 microseconds. So the time period is very small, but the value of the voltage and the current is very high. So it can damage the whole system. So the what is lightning surge? When the voltage produced on the overhead line by the lightning may be due to the indirect stroke or the direct stroke. In the indirect stroke, induced charge can take place on the line as the result of close by the lightning stroke to the ground. Though the cloud and the earth charge are neutralized through establishing cloud to earth current path, a charge will be trapped on the line. So when the lightning occur near the transmission line, so there is a chance that the transmission line may store some charge and a surge appear on the lightning. But if the direct stroke, the lightning current path is directly from the cloud to the line, causing the voltage to rise rapidly at the contact point. So in the second phase, the contact point may be on the top of the tower or on the shield wire or line conductor. So there is a chance that it hit on the tower, or it hit on the shield wire, or it hit on the line conductor. If the lighting hit the tower top, some of the current may flow through the shield wire and the remaining current flow through the tower to the earth. If the stroke is average in terms of both current magnitude and rate of rise, the current may flow into the ground without any harm, providing that the tower and its footing have a low resistance value. So if the line is not properly protected against such overvoltage, such voltage may exceed the line to ground withstand voltage of the line insulation and cause insulation failure. So otherwise the lightning current will raise the tower to over high voltage above the ground, causing a flashover from the tower over the line insulator to one or more of the phase conductor. Therefore, such insulation failure or preferable arrestor operation establish a path from the line conductor to the ground for lightning surge current. So hopefully you will understand that जब लाइट पड़ती है हमारे इलेक्ट्रिकल सिस्टम पे, तो तीन चांसेस हैं। या तो वो टावर पे हिट करेगी, या वो अर्थिंग वायर पे हिट करेगी जो ओवरहेड अर्थिंग वायर ऊपर से जा रही है, और तीसरी चीज़ है कि वो लाइन फेस पे हिट करे। तो जब अगर वो टावर पे हिट करती है और उसकी कैपेसिटी कम होती है, तो टावर बेसिकली उसे अर्थिंग प्रोवाइड कर देता है, और सारे की सारी अर्थिंग जो है वो टावर के थ्रू डिस्चार्ज हो जाती है और कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं क्रिएट करता। अब जब वो अर्थिंग वायर पे हिट करती है तब भी ऑलमोस्ट प्रोटेक्शन हो जाती है, लेकिन अगर वो फेस पे हिट करे तो तब चांसेस ये होते हैं कि वो क्या होगा, क्या नाम है, उसके कंडक्टर के अंदर ओवर सर्ज आएगी, और वो सर्ज जो है वो फ्लैश ओवर क्रिएट करेगा, जो बेसिकली प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा। Now, use of the overhead ground wire for lightning protection. The overhead ground wire are usually called shield wire or the static wire. This is basically on the top of the tower. When we install the tower, we have cross arms, and with the cross arm, we usually connect the phase wire or the line wire. But on the top of the on the top of the tower, we connect a single wire, which is known as shield wire or overhead ground wire. These wires are connecting conductor strung above the load carrying conductor on the transmission line and the distribution pole or the tower to protect the load carrying line conductor from lightning. Since these shield wire are above the phase conductor, the lightning stroke hit them instead of phase conductor. Hence, the power carrying line conductor are protected from the direct stroke of the line by the shield wire. Almost all lines above 34.5 kilovolt uses 3 shield wire. So the voltage above 35.4 kV shield wires are used. These wires are directly connected to the tower, which means that they are electrically connected to the tower and are therefore at the ground potential. Because of this, they are referred to as overhead ground wires. As a rule of thumb, the zone of protection is usually accepted to about 30 degree on each side vertically beneath the ground wire. Hence, the transmission line must come within the 60 degree area. आप देखें कि एक लाइन का जो एंगल है ग्राउंड वायर से वो तकरीबन 30 डिग्री है, इसी तरह दूसरी लाइन का एंगल ग्राउंड वायर से 30 डिग्री है, तो ऑलमोस्ट दोनों लाइनों के दरमियान में जो एंगल बन जाता है वो 60 डिग्री बन जाता है. So this lightning current is very high but lasts for only a few seconds. Because of this, the wire used for such shielding can be much smaller in diameter than the phase conductor. Because the current is very high, uh, but the but the time period is very low, so we use minimum diameter to facilitate these things. The shield wire are made up of either steel conductor or aluminum conductor steel reinforcement ACSR. Shield failure take place when the flash misses the shield wire or the tower and landing directly on the phase conductor of the given transmission line. दैट मीन्स दैट जब हमारे पास लाइटनिंग हो रही है और शील्ड वायर वो मिस कर गया, तो वो डायरेक्टली आपके फेज़ कंडक्टर के ऊपर हिट करेगा, और जब वो फेज़ कंडक्टर के ऊपर हिट करेगा तो फेज़ कंडक्टर के अंदर बेसिकली सर्ज आ जाएगी, और वो सर्ज जो है वो सर्ज बेसिकली पेनिट्रेट करेगी सिस्टम के अंदर. So when this happen, overwhelmingly a high voltage will be rapidly developed at the contact point. This high voltage travel in both direction along the phase conductor until come across on one or more than one insulator and cause a flashover. So when it reaches the insulator, a flash or the fire appear, and this fire will damage the whole system, specifically the conductor or the insulators or the devices connected with that portion of the transmission line. So if you see, this is the whole system. We have multiple towers, and each tower has multiple phase lines, and above these phase line we have another wire which is called the shield wire. So there are some balls attached with the shield wire, which are specifically for the for the air pressure, for the control of the air pressure or minimizing the vibration in the shield wire. And now if the lightning hit in the shield wire, then it will be absorbed. But if the lightning hit directly to the phase conductor, then these surge travel in both the side, in toward this insulator and toward this insulator. When it's reach to the insulator, there will be a chance to flashover may occur, or it will damage the insulators. So otherwise, if the lightning hit the tower or the shield wire, it will directly connected to the ground, and this ground is in such a way that if the resistance in that ground is low, then it will absorb all the lightning current and it will not damage the system. So how to protect these lightning surge? So the only device which is used to control the lightning surge is a surge arrestor. A surge arrestor is a device to protect electrical equipment from over voltage transient caused by lightning or internal switching events. So there are two possibilities in the system when the surge occur. One is through lightning, and the second one is if we immediately increase some load or increase some generation system. So there is some surge occur for a shorter period of time. So this surge will be controlled by the surge arrestor. If you see, it is a simple switch in which a high voltage line which is connected with the high voltage line, and the bottom end of the line is connected with the ground terminal. So if it is basically it is basically work as an insulator with the normal voltage like 380 or 240 volt. But when the voltage exceed to a certain level, it become a pure it become a pure conductor, and all the current will pass through this and the system will be protected. So if you see the parts of this system, then we have disconnector, insulating bracket, silicone rubber shield, metal oxide resistor, and warp, and end fittings. So a typical surge arrestor has both a ground terminal and the high voltage. So one side of the surge arrestor is connected with the ground and the other side is connected with the high voltage. When the powerful electric surge travel from the power system to the surge arrestor, the high voltage current is sent directly to the insulation or the ground to avoid damages. So when a powerful surge or lightning strike a particular electrical system, it damages the whole system, and any electrical device connected to the system is damaged. Electrical devices usually work in a specific voltage. If the voltage increase to that specific voltage, then there is a chance that the device may damage. So electrical systems that are protected by the surge arrestor do not get damaged because the arrestor ensures that a high voltage does not get into the electrical system. So there are two types of surge arrestor. One is metal oxide arrestor, and the second one is air gap arrestor. So first of all, we will study the metal oxide arrestor. So the metal oxide arrestor is the surge arrestor does not basically the surge arrestor does not absorb all the high voltage that passes through it. It simply divert it to the ground or clamp it to minimize the voltage that passes through it. The secret to the arrestor success is the diverting lighting or high electrical surge is the metal oxide arrestor or MOV. MOV is a semiconductor that is highly sensitive to the voltage. At normal voltage, MOV works as an insulator and does not allow any current to pass through it. But at high voltage, the MOV acts as a conductor. It works as a switch that is open when there is standard AC voltage, and the switch is closed when the lightning or high voltage is present. These are the some MOVs, shape of the MOVs which are used based on the voltage rating, and normally its switching speed is very high normally, so that the lightning does not damage the electrical system, and it will immediately switch on and bypass these light to the ground. The second type of surge arrestor is gap type surge arrestor. It is basically an airtight insulating bushing containing a number of series gap, coil unit, and element for of the nonlinear resistance material disc, usually made of silicon carbide. Thus, the current will be allowed at normal AC voltage and high during the HV surge. A high grading resistance is connected across the disk so that the system voltage is eventually distributed over the arrested disk under normal operating condition, and hence small current can flow. In case of high voltage surge, the series gap breakdown and the current flow through the nonlinear resistance to the ground, and the resistance of the arrested element being low under high surge voltage. So it works similar to the MOV, but its structure is uh, different than MOV. So if you see, this is the structure of air gap arrestor. So these are one, two, three. One is the plate gap, two is the arc, and three is the insulation. And this is a sinusoidal wave. When the surge occur, then these air gap is minimized, and and the overall resistance of the surge arrestor is neglectable, and the maximum current passed through these surge arrestors. Thank you. Hopefully you understand the basic concept of lightning and how to protect lightning from lightning to damage our system. Jazakallah.